started early. Well, I do. But Friday, March 11th, Dublin Square, there's a $15 donation. Sham Rocks II for Kelly's cause. Time to Play will be there. Cahill and Murphy. They'll be doing some Irish ballads and some cool music, too. I was there last year. It was an absolutely great time. Nice and casual. A lot of fun. And Dan Gustafson and Kelly Gustafson are on the other end of our AT&T line right this moment. Dan and Kelly, happy St. Patrick's Day to you.
Yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day. Or it's morning.
Yeah.
Top of the morning to you.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And hopefully you'll all go late there at Dublin Square. It was a lot of fun last year, and it's a fundraiser for Kelly. And Dan, if you could give us the details about the event and where the funds go, that would be terrific.
Yeah, I can tell you about the event, and then maybe we'll have Kelly tell you a little bit about the charity. So it's Sham Rock. Last year it was Sham Rocks, as in rock and roll, but now it's Sham Rocks II. And as you said, that we have two bands, Time to Play, which is going to start at 6. The music starts at 6. You can come in at 5:30 and order dinner if you want. They have a full menu at Dublin Square, as you know. And then we've got Cahill and Murphy are going to sing some Irish ballads, which was great last year. And a late addition, probably haven't even heard yet, but from Waterford, Ireland, from 6 to 7, we have another musical entertainment. Brendan Doherty is going to play some Irish music for us, and very well-renowned Irish.
Well, that's funny because when he comes in from Waterford, I'll be traveling to Waterford because that's where we're podcasting from. Funny coincidence.
Maybe you can meet him at the airport.
Yeah.
That might work. So it's going to be a great night, and it's all for charity. There's a $15 cover at the door, but with 3 different bands, and for our die-hard Spartan fans, we've got a big screen on in the back room to watch the Michigan State game as well. So be a great group to watch the game with.
Lots of green for that matter.
That's right. And it's all for Kelly's charity called Kelly's Cause, and that's to raise funds and do research for a rare disease that Kelly has, and maybe Kelly can answer some of your questions about that.
Kelly, could you tell us about that?
Yeah, of course. So I was born with arteriovenous malformation, which is a rare disease, and you can just call it AVM for short. And normally arteries will carry blood with oxygen under high pressure from the heart to the brain, and it's normal. Everything connects properly through capillary bed. But with AVM, you're missing that capillary bed. So as I like to describe it, it's like going from a high pressure hose to a low pressure hose. And without that gap in the middle, you're at risk for rupturing and, in this case, bleeding. And it can reduce the blood supply to the skin and the tissue around it. And so it can really affect how the person lives their life and how active they can be.
You speak of it in a very brave, straightforward fashion.
Yes, thank you.
I mean, it's courageous of you to do that. Is it painful? What's it like to live with, and is there any hope of a cure?
Oh, well, there is hope of a cure. There's multiple research opportunities that we're looking into and that we're actually funding with Kelly's Cause. We've raised about $100,000 with it, and we're giving it all directly to research. So we actually are funding the samples they've been taking and seeing if there's what reacts to what and if we can find a cure. So there is hope, and that's why we have Kelly's Cause. But on the pain side, living with an AVM can be quite difficult. They stop you from doing a lot of activities that you might want to, and you really have to be careful of your surroundings just in case something can happen.
You learned of the disease, as I understand it, at age 4. How old are you now?
19.
Okay. Well,
over those years, Kelly's had over 60 medical procedures to treat the disease, and as she gets older, those treatments become less and less effective. So the idea is that instead of having to have a medical surgery basically every 2, 3, or 6 months, if we can find a drug treatment similar to like a chemotherapy agent that would treat this, it would make life a lot easier and would make avoiding all those surgeries, and it would also maybe just stop the disease altogether.
Well, thank you very much. I mean, it's when people hear stories like this, they're pained because you want to do something, and it's a very little something and a very easy something to do to show up at Dublin Square on Friday. Pop in. It's one of those. There's no sit down dinner or anything like that. It's just you pop in, stay there for 5 minutes, stay there for 5 hours, whatever you want. It's $15. And the music starts at 6, and you can wander around, catch up with friends. If you're going to go out somewhere and watch the game, why not go to Dublin Square for Sham Rocks II? Thank you very much to Courageous Family, Dan Gustafson and Kelly Gustafson. It's Michael Patrick Shields all across Michigan. When you carry a card from Blue Cross...